Waiting on YouTube. Hi, guys. Donnie Rouse here. And have you ever felt like you were just kind of struggling to hold on? And when I say hold on, what you're really struggling with is holding on to all the things that you were trying to control in your life. This happens to me pretty frequently. And it usually is the result of me trying to handle or trying to take on a lot more than is physically possible in a certain limit of time. And as a result of that, I start to swirl, kind of go out of control. And then I just feel like the smallest of tasks becomes a chore. So if this is something that you've maybe felt in the past or that kind of reoccurs for you too, what I wanted to do in this episode is I wanted to share my strategy, some of the things that are going on in my life, how I'm relating to them, as well as what I am going to do to get myself out of that, back into that Zen state, and then back into life on being on track with my goals. So let me kind of start with where this all started. So over the last few months, I had some very ambitious goals. I am releasing my One Life Blueprint course. I am taking a trip to Asia to travel 3 more countries to make it 51. Whoop, whoop. And I am going to move to Miami in the fall. All of this happening literally within like in 2 months, right? Within 2 months from each, all this within 2 months. And on top of that, I'm also taking steps to test out and scale my coffee business, specifically my bottled espresso. So all of these things coming on at once, I felt like I was treading water, not even treading water. I felt like I couldn't even hold my head above water. And as a result, the smallest of tasks started to be overwhelming, where it could be like paying a credit card bill. I'm like, holy shit, I got to sign on. I got to create a new sign-on name for this new credit card. And the smallest of tasks was stressing me out. And it wasn't until I had a coaching call yesterday, and then I had a call with my accountability partners. And they reiterate, they're like, well, I was telling them how I was feeling. And they're like, well, you're a little bit ambitious. You're trying to put too much into this short period of time. My coach, she says, well, how are you enjoying it? Because anything you're doing, the entire intention behind building a company or do something is to enjoy the process, right? If it's grunt work, if the work sucks and you're not happy doing it, why are you doing it in the first place? So this was kind of like an aha moment for me, because I realized that I wasn't enjoying the process. I was creating, there were moments of inspiration, but overall I felt like I was like dredging it uphill. So as a result of this awareness, and again, this is something that happens pretty frequently, where I get all ambitious and I feel like I could do it all, right? And then usually I fizzle out, and then I kind of regroup, refresh, and then go back at it, usually at a more controlled pace. And so what I'm doing now is to dial all this back. I am starting to take more time for myself, because normally I would do, I would plan my days, then into the night I would start doing some personal growth work, literally filling up my entire day. So there was no downtime or even just to unwind before sleep. So I would go to sleep and I'd be felt like electricity's pulsing through my body, because I haven't given myself the time to just wind down and relax. The other thing I'm doing is more walks, more getting outside more, and more meditation. So I did before, I would do 5-minute meditation between switching tasks. And now I am I'm doing longer meditation. So now my meditation is 20 minutes, and the 20 minutes goes by like a second. It's funny because before I would struggle. 5 minutes felt like an eternity. Now 20 minutes, I'm like, that's it. So I'm doing longer meditations. And then lastly, making some time with friends. I have a friend who's visiting from out of town, as well as some friends who had just gotten back from a trip abroad. So I'm going to go have some Turkish cuisine later this week, and making time for things like that. Even the trip I have coming, planning and enjoying the planning process, right? Because that's why I'm going on the trip in the first place, is to have an experience. So enjoying the planning process and planning it around like the things that I want to experience and the things that I enjoy. So to rewind and uh, to tell you, like, go back over the approach. One, I'm letting things, I'm letting go. As I'm literally, imagine I'm on a roller coaster. I'm throwing my hands up in the air and just letting go. I'm letting go of, the outcomes. I'm letting go of everything. And with the One Life course, initially I was going to launch on October 4th. I'm going to do a much smaller, intimate with some friends, and then do the real launch in January. As a result of just putting that off, all of a sudden now it's like, oh my God, I feel like a weight's been lifted off. Not only that, but it allows me to step forward in integrity because I'm reworking a lot of the process that I'm going to be teaching. So it just puts my mind at ease. So one, letting go of the handlebar, letting go of the outcome, trusting that everything's going to be okay, taking time to be quiet, to be still, to meditate, to allow the mind to calm, spending more time with friends, and then winding down and getting the sleep that I need at the end of the day. This is probably the most important. So if anyone listening here, if you are, if you stay up at night and you have that TV going and you're wondering why you can't sleep at night, it's because your mind is constantly going. So turn it off. Give yourself at least a couple hours before sleep without any electronics. Allow yourself to wind down. And then, go to sleep. Well, another thing is get a full 8 hour sleep. Go to sleep at a decent time. This is what I'm going to be doing. And then waking up and working on the morning. I woke up this morning and I went for a morning run. And as a result, I'm like, oh my God, I got to go to the gym at 3. Wait a minute. I already did my workout. I'm good. So I'm going to, I'm going to take the day easy, go for a walk, maybe go grab a coffee, and then come back, do some accounting, and then, do a little bit more like light work. And, with regard to like my vision, the course and stuff like that, I don't even consider that work because I'm focusing on my life. But it allows me to to use my imagination and to create, and then go to sleep early. So I hope this in some way, maybe it has you looking at what you have, what you're trying to do in your life, and maybe reevaluate it and look at it and say, well, why am I, if I'm feeling stressed, like, why am I feeling stressed here? Is it because, am I trying to take too much? Am I not being realistic with the expectations I have, not just for this project, but for myself? And if that is a yes, then take the step back. Give yourself the time and the space just to breathe. Because, it's the purpose of life is to enjoy it, right? Anytime we find ourselves kind of like fighting the battle, feeling like we're like going against the grain, it's time to like take a step back and just say, okay, let me see, this is not working for my life. This is not working for my day right now. How can I make this process more enjoyable? What can I add? What can I take away so that it just flows more smoothly? So that is what I'm doing. I hope this in some way inspires you, or if you're going through the same thing, realizing that you're not alone, and then realizing there's the point of life that every single day is a blessing and a gift. So remember that the fact that you're alive, you're listening to this, it's a blessing. Go out, enjoy your life, do the things that light you up. So again, to close this out, thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this little quick message, hit that subscribe button, share it with 5 people, and remember, you only get one life. Live fully, live passionately, live now. God bless, and I will see you again soon.